Hello and welcome to The Thrifty Author. I'm your host, Gail Z. And today we're going to talk about episode 3 in the Things New Authors Need to Know series. Now, we've talked about some of the basics. We've talked about building a platform. Today, I want to talk about the importance of showing up. You know, someone once said that half of life is showing up. I think about 99% of life is showing up. What do I mean by that? There are an awful lot of people who say they'll do something and they don't. And that sometimes feels more prevalent than you'd like. So be the person who says they'll show up to help with something and actually does. Not just helping, but being present. You know, in the world where we went out and did things together, went to conventions, went to book signings, went to fandom events, there were the people that were always there, the fans who were always at the conventions, the people you knew you were going to see one convention or another because that was their home convention, that's where they went, that's where they found their people. We get to know those folks, we value those folks. We start to look forward to seeing those folks. And when they're not there, we notice they're missing and we get worried about them. That happens because they show up. They may not be anybody official on the programming. They may not be a guest. They may not be an author or an actor or somebody in an official capacity, but they're a fan. They're a reader. They are somebody who enjoys being part of the world of your, you know, the books, the fandom, whatever it is you're sharing. And that brings with it a lot of benefits. You get to know people. They get to know you. You may get invited to dinner with folks, not because you are on a panel with them or because you have books with the same publisher, but because they've gotten to know you. And hey, we're all gonna go get, you know, Italian food. You wanna come with? That happens all the time because you're present. So help, volunteer, keep showing up, get known, be a helper. And what do I mean by being a helper? You know, sometimes it's as easy as holding a door for someone who is trying to schlep a lot of stuff into the vendor room. Maybe it's lending a hand when you see that somebody is struggling with one of those really clumsy signage banners that try to like roll you up in a window shade. Lend a hand. Just say, hey, can I help? Grab something before it falls. In other words, don't just drift through as a distant observer. Be part of it. Help. Even if it's coming over and chatting with someone while they're getting set up, helping them unbox, or just keeping them company. Be present. Be truly present and believe that you've got something that is valuable for people to know. That doesn't mean being pushy. That doesn't mean invading somebody's space or being persistent when somebody clearly gives you clues that they don't want company right now. But there's so many times when the opportunity is there to make a connection in a very positive way for both people. And you know, an awful lot of folks just sort of drift through and they miss those opportunities. And those are the really crucial places where you connect and you grow friendships, you find mentors, you find people that maybe you're not besties, but because you know each other from the convention scene or from an online forum, when you have a question and they have expertise, now it's a lot less awkward to ask the question and they may be a lot more motivated to answer your question because there is that sense of connection. And that takes being mentally present and looking to make those human connections. At the same time, you also want to be reliable. So if you volunteer for something, if you say you'll do something, if you say you'll come to something, do it. Don't ghost on people. As soon as you ghost on someone, that reliability really becomes very shaky. And now they're not sure they can trust you again. Now, It doesn't mean that because you got sick or had a family emergency and you have to not do something. That's not what I'm talking about. Those are bona fide and legitimate reasons why plans change, and that happens. I'm talking about the everyday garden variety. You say you're going to do something and then you forget over and over. Not just once, which can happen to anybody, but it just wasn't important enough, or you decided something would be more fun. And so you ditch the commitment to do something else. That does not strengthen relationships. You want to build relationships within fandom, with other fans, with other authors, with the people behind the scenes that run the fandom events that you enjoy. You want to be somebody reliable, somebody they can count on. That really goes a long way toward becoming someone that everyone knows and knows for all the right reasons. So show up, be present, be a helper, and if you say you're going to do something, do it. You want to be seen as somebody who fulfills their commitments and does what they say they want to do. Now, maybe that sounds really superficial, really silly, but it isn't. You know, we like to see that if people say they're going to do something, they show up for it. And this is all about you connecting with other people that are going to be important for your future professional career, both as readers and as other authors and as people involved in the structure of fandom. You want to put your best foot forward. And while this is social, in a way, it's sort of like a job, because you are looking to prepare a professional path and relationship down the line when your books come out. You don't want people to be afraid to put you on a panel because you might not show up, or because they gave you something to do before and you let them down. So that causes ripples into the future. And again, I'm not talking about bona fide reasons, getting sick, having an emergency, just oh yeah, I decided I was going to do something else. Don't be that person. Show people that you're responsible and reliable, and that will bring you many benefits, not only in terms of creating solid personal and professional relationships, but also relationships within the fandom that translate down the line into opportunities for you as an author. Be somebody that they can trust. That's it for the Thrifty Author today. I'm your host, Gail Z. Martin. We'll be back with more.